And look who showed up this week right here on NWA Nashville television, the World Tag Team Champions, Bad Attitude, Rick Michaels and David Young.
Wait. Still the World Tag Team Champions.
These guys have held these belts for quite some time, and David Young, the veteran, in with Bobby Hayes. This ought to be a hell of a matchup right here. Nice leapfrog. Hayes cuts him off with a couple of haymakers to the side of the head, and we're going to go one more time.
Oh, Hayes got him. Oh!
Nice hip toss. Young back up.
Wait, illegal punch. Oh, Davis got him. Whoa,
Full
what
Nelson,
was that?
and what a way out of that as he just spun him up and over and then kicked him in the mouth with a drop kick.
Wait a minute.
David
this
Young
Bobby
in
Hayes
trouble.
is showing me something.
I tell you, Bobby Hayes is one veteran from the state of Georgia. This guy can go with the best of them. Bobby Hayes, probably one of the most underrated wrestlers they are, but when you're in there with the NWA World Tag Team Champions,
You're underrated nonetheless.
here we go. Blackie West in. And Rick Michaels. Rick Michaels, the mouth of the tag team, we'll say.
Yeah.
Likes to run that mouth, but then he's got to back it up inside that squared circle.
And he can. He has a belt to prove it.
And Miss Amy Young down for the count, and we got two.
There she is again. These little skimpy outfits. With those shorts being smaller, they'd be a G-string.
Nice high backdrop on Blackie West. And I got to admit, the shorts on Amy Young does get tighter every week.
Look at her legs. Won't she shave them?
Oh, come on.
She needs to shave those legs.
I say it's a great addition to NWA Nashville to let a lady
Amy
in.
Young's hairy legs?
Oh, come on.
If she shaved her legs and her stomach like she shaves her chest and her chin, she'd be all right.
Fans, I can't win for losing over here, so I'm just going to call the matchup and quit getting in a argument with Kory Williams, because obviously I'm going to lose this battle.
That's right. I'll fire you for my show.
One-liners are your specialty, I will admit.
Absolutely. Hey, you heard Bad Attitude out here talking about the other week that NWA Wild Side is taking over because Tennessee, NWA Nashville is a running joke. You know, I tend to agree with them. And when Wild Side do take over, guess where I'm going? I'm jumping to Wild Side. Because these people, you know, you don't get to see Wild Side tapings down here. The New South has wrestled on Wild Side. And you got to understand one thing. You know, just because I respect these guys don't mean I like them.
Wrestling fans, you got to understand, Kory Williams would sell his mother's soul for enough money. So, you know, this guy right here is all about the dollar, we'll say. But you know what? That's what pays the bill. So
that's right. Like I said, I don't like them, but I respect them. Because the longest running feud in the NWA is which feud?
Bad Attitude in the New South.
Thank you very much. Like I said, I don't have to like these guys to
And the matches are classic, I got to admit. I mean, you can just sit there and be at awe at the things that go inside the squared circle when Bad Attitude and New South hook up. But with their new partner, Ozzy Rules, and here comes Rick Michaels all over Blackie West with a knee drop, going for the cover. And we got a 2 count by referee Amy Young. Nice arm drag takeover.
And you know what, Steve Martin? Wait till I tell Bill Barons how you're down talking bad about NWA
Who?
Georgia. Wait till I tell Bill Barons. Oh, who? You don't know who Bill Barons is now. You're down and you're talking bad.
I'm sure I'll meet him later.
Okay, where do you work? Where did you come from?
NWA Georgia.
And now you're talking bad about. Now you jumped on the NWA Nashville bandwagon. So I'm gonna tell Bill Barons about this. And, you know, give these morons, these hillbillies, these hicks, as David Young kicks the crap out of Blackie West.
You know, maybe I'm...
Divorce court separated his shoulder from the rest of his body.
Into the arm bar he goes, and I'm not out here to put myself over. I'm just out here to call these matches, but I was told when I was brought up here to be as unbiased as possible, and that's what I'm determined to do as I do the play-by-play for NWA Nashville, one of the greatest companies in the history of pro wrestling as far as I'm concerned. Now it's arm drag takeover by Young.
I'm unbiased. I call it, as I see it, right down the middle.
Here comes Bobby Hayes to the outside, the hard way, we'll say. Young gonna bring the Blackie West in as Michaels. Big fist right to the nose of Hayes.
I got a scoop. I got a scoop. Hey, you remember the old Freebird scoops? Well, you got the fabulous New South scoop right here.
Well, I'm dying to hear it.
In case you ever noticed, Amy Young, the referee, her husband's in the ring right now. You didn't hear that from me, though. You didn't hear that from me. Her husband's in the ring right now. You notice she ain't checking to see if he's choking or nothing. You just, look at you see it right there. You see it right there.
Are you gonna sit here and say that David Young is married to Amy Young?
Hey, She's a gold digger. He wanted to work. She had nothing to do with him until he became a world tag team champion. He got gold around his waist. Look.
I should have known not to believe you, but I'm never going to believe that in a million years. I believe it's a coincidence because.
Look at how close she is. She said, come on, honey, squeeze tight. Look, see, she got mad because the guy didn't pass out. I'm telling you, hey, you heard it here first. Well, like I said, give these morons some history.
Wrestling fans, take it for what it's worth. You know who it come from. Kory Williams.
And I've never lied to
David Young with a nice knee to the midsection on Hayes. Tag into Rick Michaels. And this tag team works like a well-oiled machine, and that's why they are the NWA World Tag Team Champions as he drops the low blow to the midsection.
Rick Michaels was the best man at the wedding, too.
Hayes for the ride. Rick Michaels with a big drop kick.
Whoa. Hey, he'll never throw another for another 13 years.
Hayes with his foot on the rope, and I got to admit, Rick Michaels throws one of the best drop kicks in the business. He gets up, around that 6-foot mark, catches you right in the jaw.
Because he
shades of Brad Armstrong, we'll say.
Who? Brad who?
You know Tommy Young. I know you know Brad Armstrong.
Brad, oh, he owned that muffler and detail shop down there on Washington Avenue, right? Okay, I know who you talking about.
Nevertheless, David Young.
I haven't officially welcomed you here to my show, NWA Nashville. And
I've been here a few weeks now, Kory,
I said I haven't officially welcomed you, and I won't.
I should have known it was too good to be true.
That's right. I tell it like it is. Look at it. She's asking her husband, you want stuffing or mashed potatoes tonight? That's what she's asking.
Here we go. Bobby Hayes coming back up.
Oh,
drops him in a jaw
mashed potatoes it is. He has no teeth left.
And David Young needs a tag.
I'm on a roll, man.
And Bobby Hayes is going to tag in the veteran known as Blackie West. And no, Young going to cut him off and drag him back over. And this right here is shades of the old Anderson brothers, Ole and Gene, as they would cut their opponent off and keep from getting that tag, and then also working on one body part. And it seems to me they're going for the rear chin lock to slow the man down.
Anderson brothers.
Don't even go there.
They own that
tag team wrestling. They wrote the book on tag team wrestling back in the 70s and early 80s. And
no. See, you're a fountain of misinformation. That's what they call it, a fountain of misinformation. The team that wrote the book on tag team wrestling was Randy and Bill Mulkey.
Okay. If I could keep from laughing, I'm going to call this matchup. Not to take anything away from the Mulkey brothers. And here we go as Michael's in a world of trouble here as Hayes just ducks to one side.
Boy, if you look at Webster's 2000 edition college dictionary, you look up tag team wrestling, number 1, you see the New South. Number 2, you see Bad Attitude, okay? That's who wrote the book on tag team wrestling. You don't believe me, just ask me and
And I got to admit, in the year 2000, we've seen a lot of New South and Bad Attitude, and as we roll around, it's going to be even better here at the year 2001. Here we go, tagging to Young.
They got him now. They done wore the big guy out. Look, they clubbering, baby. They clubbering, baby, if you will. Masters of the clubber. Since you like to go back to old references.
Well, apparently Dusty Rhodes has showed up here on Nashville.
That wasn't my Dusty Rhodes imitation.
And who was it?
That was Joey Styles.
Joey Styles. Here we go. Fans, I'm trying to call this matchup, but Kory Williams just insists on being a comedian over here.
I'm not being a comedian. I'm calling it like I said. You just don't know the wrestling history that I know.
With a blatant choke on Hayes. And here comes Michaels in to finish the damage. Drops him over that top rope as the referee, Amy Young, is tied up by David Young.
Well, you know what I'm saying, Bill Barron's going to get a phone call from me in a few minutes. Before NWA
DDT by Hayes.
Before NWA Wildside became NWA Wildside, what was it?
I don't know. Some other company, some outlaw company out here.
Well, how did it become NWA Wildside?
It was invaded by a corporation named National Wrestling Alliance, and if my memory serves correct, it come down between New South and Bad Attitude, and Bad Attitude dropped the ball. And that's my memory. Big spine buster by Young.
Here we come, the Attitude Adjuster, baby.
Rick Michaels up top.
The Toad Splash.
Big frog splash. Referee down for the count.
Frog.
We got 3. Winners of the match, Rick Michaels, David Young, NWA World Tag Team Champions, Bad Attitude.